What's up, YouTube? Yeah, you all have seen everything. The videos of where I'm living, situations. A lot of people assume that, oh, well, you did that. No, I didn't. A girl named Tiffany Ann Shackelford did this. Somebody that barely ever worked, and when she did, she was just messing with people. I mean, to the guys out there, if you were with a girl, let's say you live together, let's say you're married, let's say you're just engaged, let's say you're living together thinking about getting engaged, and she has done nothing but literally beg you for sex, to have kids, marriage, all these things, and the moment she decides to help out financially because she wants, supposedly wants a job now, she calls you crying about some guy named Chris getting fired. Doesn't tell you why, doesn't tell you why the hell she's so upset about some coworker that she supposedly doesn't know is getting fired. I mean, hysterically crying. Yeah. Then she proceeds to show you a month later a picture in the paper of him making pretzels at a new job. Now, mind you, she swears up and down that there was nothing going on, but they both got fired. I wonder if you could take a guess on what they got fired for. Yeah, this is when she worked at Dunkin'. Oh, yeah, she lied to me, said she had to work, took the car somewhere. Tried to tell me it ran out of gas and she parked it behind the Sunoco and walked to the Dunkin' when it had a quarter tank of gas. I've ran from our house to Joppa Town, which is like half an hour, 45 minutes from where we're at, maybe longer depending on traffic, on E. Parked my car at the warehouse, went to work all day, got off work, still on E, and drove all the way home, got gas when I got back home. So you're telling me I went over 100 miles on E and you can't even go not even a mile? No. And you had a quarter tank. Not only that, my stepdad brought me something for that I needed that she was supposed to get, but she didn't get, and took off with the vehicle, saying she had to work. Come to find out, she was somewhere else because she was not at work. Yeah, if I was at work and she was at home, she would send me text messages. How's your day? This, that, and the other. You know what that was? That was checking on where I was. Yeah, she was cheating the whole time. And before anybody says it, oh, well, you weren't doing your job. Yes, I was. I was told I was great, that it felt like a fairy tale every day, that this is the reason why she got nervous and started doing stuff, which was a lie. That was just an excuse to do what she was doing. And I know my ex Jen is probably so happy that it went down this way because she feels she was cheated on. And that's what cheaters get. Oh, really? You did nothing but cheat. Remember that? You did nothing but the same things that this woman did and that Bethany did: lying, promiscuous, manipulative. Do not have the balls to say the truth because you know what that would mean for all of you. Bethany, this dumbass, This girl didn't even like me smoking, like cigarettes. And I quit for her, okay, while we were together. After we broke up the second time, I say the second time because I'm being factual. Uh, Technically, the second time I met her and we decided to go back to dating, she didn't tell me that she was dating somebody that I grew up with, which was Jacob Jones. She said that she broke up with him and they weren't together. Well, come to find out, the day she met me is the day she stopped talking to him. Just stopped talking to him. Didn't tell him it was they were broke up. Didn't tell him why. Didn't tell him anything. Just stopped talking to him. And I didn't know any of that. You know, she told me as if they were broke up for 2 weeks, a couple of weeks before me and her even started talking that day, and went out getting muddy in the Jeep. I was stopping by the bank to pick up money, and imagine that, I run into her. And she started talking to me. I said, "You dating anybody?" She said, "No." I said, "You want to go four wheeling?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Hop in." So we went. And from then on, we were dating. Then it come to find out she never broke up with Jake. Uh, She never told him anything. She just stopped talking to him. And when I asked her about that, after I found out, she was like, "Oh, well, I thought he knew." What? So if a dude did that to you, basically ghosted you, you'd have the same feelings. Oh, I should have known. No. Then this girl, I still think Tiffany did the same thing Bethany did, just so the stories sound all weird, crazy, and far fetched. See, they were making moves to make things happen and look like they were hard to believe. Right. And the only reason they're hard to believe is because people think that an innocent woman wouldn't do that. That's not true. 90% of women are not innocent. I don't care if they don't like hearing that or not. It's the truth. It's the whole reason why I've been single for 8 years, because I've seen it. I've watched it. And they still try to tell me that, oh, well, this means this. And no, it doesn't. Nothing means anything. It depends on the individual. And all that can be a lie. This is why when people put out stories, it is so hard to believe them, especially if the other side has a team of people that believe them and don't want anybody listening to the other side. What happens when the side with the team is wrong? Well, when it's women, they just laugh it off. They think it's funny. Nothing happens. If it's men, oh man, they get all kinds of shit. I don't want to get into that woman and men thing, but it kind of throws you into it if you go into dating, because you start seeing all kinds of crazy shit. You see where the lines are. You try to tell people, but you end up talking to somebody that does that shit. And yeah, that's why I call it that shit, because that's exactly what it is. And these idiots call it a game and all this other. Man, y'all need to grow the fuck up. This ain't the fucking streets. This ain't the movies. Take that hood shit somewhere else. I don't see why people just can't be people. Why the fuck all this dumb shit has to be in there? Oh, that's right, because they need to get away with what they're doing. That's why. It's manipulating. It's throwing a fit. It's distracting. So hopefully people forget what they're even talking about or why they're there. Bethany knew about Kyle. Swears up and down to anybody else that asks her that she didn't know. She fucking knew. I will take that to my grave. I know damn well she knew. And pretty funny, if I was the girl and she was the guy, and I said, that this went down, it'd be the other way. But because I'm a guy and it doesn't seem like a guyish thing to do that, which I don't know why. Ain't my fault you all deal with a bunch of F boys and call them men just because they act rugged and good with talking. That's not a man. There are key things to a male that make him a man or a gentleman. Doesn't mean he's gentle. Just means he carries himself in a certain way and he has morals and values that he won't step over. Good morals and values. Just like ladies. Ladies are the same way. They have good morals and values that they won't step over. And they respect their family, the one that they built. They won't cheat on them. Doesn't mean they're not mouthy and annoying sometimes, because that's just how people get. Especially if we get excited. We get really excited about life and energetic. We can start doing that. And it gets on people's nerves. And it's funny because people don't understand we're just really happy with the way our life is right now, which isn't very often that people can be in that mood. Women do it over the slightest thing. I think it's just to trick them into false happiness. I think that's why they have such a hard crash. Yeah, that's just a theory of mine. It does happen that way, but I'm thinking that's why it happens that way. They keep building themselves up falsely and they keep taking L's because of that, and it ends up building up into a big spiral down. Some do it for the attention. They know what they're doing, they know what's going to happen. Other ones, I don't know if they really know. And when I say really know, I mean like fully. I mean, yeah, they might know this, that, and the other, but they might not fully know it. Yeah, it's just like when you know somebody and then you know somebody. And even when you know somebody, you can still be tricked because you never fully know anyone, and that fucking sucks. Yeah, these women took Kyle when he was little. They almost lost him because he was getting out of the house, getting out of the yard, walking around town. Yeah, a whole town at 2 years old. Nobody knew where he was. Nobody knows who his father is. It's a toss up between her stepbrothers, me, her stepdad, which, yeah, this is fucking Jerry Springer shit. I know. I didn't know until afterwards, and I'm not the one who orchestrated it. I just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. All I was doing was following somebody that said they liked me. So I was seeing what was there. I never knew that I was running into all this shit. I was living in Havre de Grace and Ellesmere, Delaware, taking care of this girl because she was so upset about what had happened. When really, my brother got her drunk here when I was here hanging out with my mom. We had stopped by. My mom had me doing some things in the backyard. My girlfriend came downstairs with my brother and a dude that I went to school with, Richard. And next thing I know, she's drunk, face down in the couch when I come downstairs, and they're leaving, like hightailing it out of here. And my brother waited on the steps because I was talking to Bethany. He wanted to hear what we were talking about. And Bethany told me, "Oh, yeah, they got me drunk." And she kept saying, "I want the guy in the orange shirt," which was my brother. He was the one wearing the orange shirt. And when I turned around and gave him a fucking dirty look at him, that's when him and his friend finished running up the steps. Yeah, it's a bunch of fucked up shit. I know. I don't know why I always got to be in the middle of this crazy shit.